Hello, am I audible? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Good morning, everyone. Please mute yourself. Is screen visible to all?
Yes,
Hello.
sir.
Okay, fine. So in last lecture, we have started with class and object concept, right? We have finished the previous chapter, arrays and string. There we have seen different arrays, different declaration types of arrays, different array operations, string declaration, and different operations on string. In the last phase, we have started with the next chapter, fifth chapter, that is class and object. In class and object, we have seen how we are going to declare. We started with the basic definition of the class and what is object, right? Thereafter, we have started with some examples of yes, how we are going to declare and class and how we are going to access the members of the class. So there are the members of class are divided into two categories. One is data members and other is member function. The data members in the sense the variables जे आतापर्यंत आपण व्हेरिएबल म्हणून यूज केलेत फंक्शन मध्ये असेल मेथड्स मध्ये असेल बरोबर तर त्यांना ते जर क्लासमध्ये इनिशियलाइज केले असेल तर त्यांना काय म्हणतात डेटा मेंबर्स and if a function is declared inside the class, so it called it as a member function. Okay, so these points we have seen in the last lecture. How we are going to declare data members inside the class, how we are going to declare the member function inside the class, and how we are going to access by using the object. Okay, here I'm going to write, just a minute. Okay, I hope screen is clearly visible to all. Now, as we know how we are going to declare a class, for class declaration, I need to mention it as a class and the class name. Class name may be like anything. Class name, okay, I will write it my first class or let's say days. Okay, days is my class name. I know there is open curly bracket and close curly bracket and it ends with the semicolon at the end. Okay, this is what the definition of the class. But definition, the body of class, it includes access specifiers such as public. Then it has some identifiers, sorry, data members like let's say int A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, C. Okay, I have three data members. I have a function like void addition, and the addition function is doing the addition of all those three numbers, two numbers, and it is saved here in the C variable. Just see A plus B, and here I'm going to display addition is equal to, I stored the value of addition into C. But now, if you are going to run this program, if just check, if I run this program, nothing is going to happen. Why? These members are declared the member function is also declared, but it is not called. Okay, now how to call the this addition function? Addition function कसं call करणार सांगा? Yes, who will tell me? आवाज येतोय? Hello. Roll number 2. Roll number 4.
Yes, sir. येतोय आवाज.
Okay. Okay. Now tell me how to call this addition function. हे addition function मला call करायचंय. So how to call? आतापर्यंत आपण काय करत होतो मेन मेथड मध्ये त्या फंक्शनचं फक्त नाव लिहित होतो बरोबर. So I will do this way only. Just check whether it executes. See, if I run the program, what it indicates, addition was not declared in the scope. Though I declared it, but what the message I'm getting, addition was not declared in the scope because I cannot access the members of the class without its object. So for that, what I need to do, I need to create object of the class. How to create object of class? Class object कसा create करतो आपण? Classचं नाव, days, and you can take any variable, any instance variable. Let's say I'm going to take it as D. Okay, इथे मी काय केलं? D हे variable create केलं. आता D dot object name. What is my object? D. D dot addition. If I do like this way, I can access the result. Just see, addition is equal to 30 because 10 plus 20, it gives me 30. If I wish to access the value of a variable, जर मला a variable ची व्हॅल्यू जर ऍक्सेस करायची असेल तर काय करायला लागेल मला? Just check here. I'm going to write cout. Okay, I will use /n first so that it can move to the next line. cout. जर मी इथं फक्त a लिहिला तर ऍक्सेस होईल का? नाही होणार. Just check. Spelling mistake. I missed T here. Cout. And here a was not declared. Why? Because a is declared in the class. But how to access this value of a? Here again, as I have defined the object, इथे मी काय केलंय? Object create केलाय बरोबर t. So you can use those object d dot a and just check. It will give you the value 10. Okay. It is not necessary that you will have only one object. फक्त तुमच्याकडे एकच ऑब्जेक्ट असेल दरवेळेस असं काही नाही. Okay, you can create multiple objects. Let's say I'm having dates d1 and okay, here what I will do, here I will write first object. First object is equal to, okay, and I'm going to call with the same result with like some other object d1. So for that, here I will write message second object. I will put /n so that result will move to the next line. And as I create this second object, here I'm going to call with the second object d1. Okay, check. Oh, yes. As the calling is already done here. Okay. Okay. I can mention like this way. Sorry, because it is not returning anything, so I need to remove this out. Just check. See, first object addition is equal to 30, second object addition is equal to 30. So you can create n number of objects to the class, but remember, when you need to call, ज्यावेळेस तुम्हाला हे व्हेरिएबल्स ह्या मेथड मध्ये मेन फंक्शन मध्ये जर यूज करायचे असतील तर तुम्हाला त्या क्लासचा एक ऑब्जेक्ट क्रिएट करायला लागेल. क्लासचा ऑब्जेक्ट क्रिएट कसा करायचा, तर क्लासचं नाव आणि त्या ऑब्जेक्टचं नाव. आता इथे जर मला ए बी ह्या व्हॅल्यू जर ऍक्सेस करायचे असतील तर काय करायला लागेल, ऑब्जेक्ट डॉट व्हेरिएबल नेम ए, ऑब्जेक्ट डॉट व्हेरिएबल नेम बी. तसंच जर मला मेथड ऍक्सेस करायची असेल तर काय करायला लागेल, ऑब्जेक्ट डॉट नेम, त्या मेथडचं नाव, ते मेथड काय होईल इथे ऍक्सेस होईल. येते लक्षात इथपर्यंत? हॅव यू अंडरस्टूड? हॅलो.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now there is one more thing here as a public, sorry, private. Okay, I will made it as a private. Now see what happens. See, you are going to get an error. And what is that error? Void days. Days is nothing but this function, sorry, the class addition is a private within the context. So when I declare it as a private, ज्यावेळेस मी क्लासमध्ये जर प्रायव्हेटली डिक्लेअर व्हेरिएबल्स आणि जर मेथड्स मी जर प्रायव्हेटली डिक्लेअर केल्या, सो इट इज नॉट ऍक्सेसिबल टू मी आउटसाइड. ह्या क्लासच्या बाहेर त्या मेथड्स काय होत नाही, मेथड्स किंवा ते व्हेरिएबल जर असेल. आता इथे इथे चेक करा. ओके, आय एम गोइंग टू रिमूव्ह दिस सेकंड वन. ओके, फॉर अन आवर सिम्प्लिसिटी आय विल कीप ओनली one object. Here I created class object, and with class object I called the addition function and I called one variable. But if you see, when I run, it gives me the error for addition as well as it gives me the error for variable a. Why? Because I made it as a private. Okay, these are the access specifiers. Here I will write access specifiers. Access specifiers कुठले आहेत? Public, private, protected. Okay, these are three. When you assign it as public, so I can access these members of the class outside the class. ज्यावेळेस तुम्ही हे पब्लिक म्हणून डिक्लेअर करतात हे मेंबर्स, तर ते पब्लिक म्हणजेच काय, मी त्या क्लासच्या बाहेर सुद्धा ऍक्सेस करू शकतो. When I declare it as a private, so I cannot access like this way. As they are the private, so I cannot have access. जसं आपण परवा एक्झाम्पल बघितलं होतं की to whom you are allowing to enter into your home. तुम्ही तुमच्या घरामध्ये कोणाला म्हणजे आतमध्ये येण्यासाठी अलाव कराल. जे तुमचे घरातले मेंबर्स असतील, दॅट इज व्हॉट युअर प्रायव्हेट मेंबर्स. ओके, व्हेन आय डिक्लेअर इट ॲज अ प्रायव्हेट, ओनली युअर फॅमिली मेंबर्स can enter into the home. When I declare it as protected, then the family members along with your relatives can enter into the home. When I made it as a public, the family members and anyone, any person can enter into your home. Okay, likewise. But still, if I wish to have access, let's say आता इथे मी काय केलं, हे व्हेरिएबलला मी काय केलं, प्रायव्हेट ऍक्सेस केला. आणि नाव दिस. ओके, आता इथे काय केली, हे जे काय फंक्शन आहे, हे फंक्शनला मी काय केलं, पब्लिक. सो इफ यू चेक हिअर what it indicates, it gives me an error. You cannot access this private. Here I try to access the private, right? as it is declared it as a private, but now I can have access to this public. इथे बघा एरर मध्ये तुम्हाला कुठं ऍडिशन दिसतंय का? इथे राईट हँड साइडला नाही, because now I have made it as a public. So I'm going to make comment for this d dot a because it is not accessible, though because of its private member. And if you check here, I'm going to have the addition. Okay. See, sometimes what happen here, A and B is defined, and the addition is just doing something. इथे काय आहे की addition function मध्ये काय केलं आपण, C is equal to A plus B, and here it display the output of this addition. But if you check here, it gives a garbage value. When I need to pass some values, इथे मला काय करायचं, values pass करायचे. Let's say addition कशाची करायची, A comma B ह्या दोन नंबरची. Then I can pass the values from here. इथून मी कॉल करताना सुद्धा मी व्हॅल्यू पास करू शकतो. Let's say 100, 200. And if you check, 100 it will be assigned to variable A, 200 is going to assign to variable B, and C will give you 300. Just check the addition. Yes, 300. I forgot to mention here the type of variables. Okay, the type of values from which I have passed. It's of integer. So if you check, I can have this. Now, okay. So this is up to access specific. Public. Okay, this is of access specifiers, private, public. How we are going to access the members of the class, and how we are going to like how we are going to declare and how we are going to access the members of the class. Okay, now I'm going to copy this code and I'm going to send here in the chat box. Just go through it. Yes, do you have any difficulties for this? याच्यामध्ये काय डिफिकल्टी आहेत कुणाला? Okay, I'm going to send this code in the chat box. Just copy the code and execute it. And send me the screenshot. Do it fast. Okay, I will share you the link. Do it fast. Send me fast. Only few students have shared. What about others? Okay, good. So we are ready to go ahead, right? So based on your responses, now okay, now we will look for constructor and the types. Okay, so basically, yes, everyone, please look at the screen. Everyone, yes, are you looking at the screen? Let me know.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay, okay, good. So protected we don't have for our syllabus. Protected data members are used in the inheritance. Okay, you may declare, you may not declare. When there is a concept of package, but we don't have package concept here in the syllabus. So protected mostly come up with the package concept. Okay. For this reason only, it is mentioned like private and public data members. So we have seen the difference. Private, it means it can be accessed within only class. Public, it means we can have access outside the class as well. Just we have seen. Static data and member functions we have seen. Now we will look for constructor. What is constructor? See here, I will move to the program. Okay, I will tell you first theory of it, so that it will be like this is my kind request to you. You can go through the PPT. I'm going to upload through the study materials. So you can go like this way, line by line, so that you will have a better understanding of these access specifiers. To summarize it, I made a chart like this: public, private, protected, आणि आपण ते कुठे कुठे ऍक्सेस करू शकतो. आता हा डिराइव्ड क्लास हा कन्सेप्ट तुम्हाला झालेला नाही. तो कन्सेप्ट कशामध्ये आपल्याला नेक्स्ट चॅप्टर मध्ये इनहेरिटन्सच्या. Okay, for this reason, we can concentrate only here. Derived class आपण इनहेरिटन्स मध्ये बघणार आहोत. Derived class कशाला म्हणायचं आणि कसे ऍक्सेस करायचे ते. आणि outside the class, if there is no relation between two class, how we are going to access. Okay, that also we will see. By default, these members are of public. जर तुम्ही इथे डिक्लेअर केलं नाही की ते पब्लिक असेल किंवा प्रायव्हेट असेल. ओके, इफ आय लाईक दिस वे आय एम गोइंग टू मेक अ कमेंट, आय एम गोइंग टू रिमूव्ह इट. सो जस्ट इट्स नॉट ऍक्सेसिबल. This addition is not accessible. Why? Because by default, if you check here, by default, these access members are of, yes, which type? It's of private. So private access, private members are not allowed to access outside. Okay. Okay, just a minute. Yes. Due to this private, I cannot have access to the outside. So if I wish to access outside, I have to mention it in the public access specifier. Okay, this is about we discuss as of now. Here are some problem statement for you. The answers are also given. Now we will look what is constructor. See, constructor is nothing but again, it's the same type of the function. आता constructor आणि function याच्यामध्ये काही डिफरन्स नाही. फक्त डिफरन्स काय आहे की it has the same name as of your class name. जे तुम्ही फंक्शन आतमध्ये यूज करणार त्याचं नाव काय असणार आहे की क्लासचं जे नाव आहे तुमच्या इथे तर तेच नाव इथे ऍक्सेस होतं. चेक करा DAYS and here let's say, and now it has three different types. There are three different types of constructor. This is, we called it as a default constructor, default constructor. Speciality is what? See, the return type is not mentioned for the constructor. It has the same name of your class, and how it is going to be called. See, I'm not going to call. आतापर्यंत आपण जर फंक्शन असेल तर ते कॉल कसं करत होतो, ऑब्जेक्टचं नाव आणि त्या फंक्शनचं नाव, बरोबर का? इथे जर तुम्ही बघितलं तर ऍडिशन मी काय केलंय, ऍडिशन हे कॉल करायचं असेल तर मला त्याचा आधी क्लासचं मी काय केलं, आधी ऑब्जेक्ट क्रिएट केला आणि ऑब्जेक्ट डॉट त्या फंक्शनचं नाव घेतलं, देन इट गेट कॉल्ड. तर त्यावेळेस काय झालं, इथे ऍडिशन हे प्रिंट झालं. पण जर मला डिफॉल्ट कन्स्ट्रक्टर जर कॉल करायचा असेल, ओनली दिस स्टेप इज सफिशियंट व्हेन आय क्रिएट अ ऑब्जेक्ट ऑफ क्लास. ज्यावेळेस मी क्लासचा ऑब्जेक्ट क्रिएट करतो त्यावेळेस डिफॉल्ट कन्स्ट्रक्टर हा ऑटोमॅटिकली कॉल होतो. चेक करा. सी, आय हॅव नॉट कॉल्ड दिस d.days. d.days मी कुठं कॉल केलंय का इथे? नाही, बट स्टील इट गेट एक्झिक्युटेड. ओके, so I'm going to copy this code. Okay, we will do one more type of constructor. This we called it as default constructor. There is one more type, parameterized constructor. Okay, so what is there in the parameterized constructor? Parameterized constructor मध्ये काय आहे की इथे तुम्ही काहीतरी पॅरामीटर पास करायचे. Okay, let's say I will pass parameter as let's say x. एक इंटिजर मी पॅरामीटर पास केला आणि इथे काय करतोय मी, इट्स नॉट अ डिफॉल्ट, नाउ इट इज अ पॅरामीटर बिकॉज आय हॅव पास सम व्हॅल्यू, राईट? सो दिस इज अ टाइप ऑफ पॅरामीटर कन्स्ट्रक्टर. parameter constructor, and it has a value, let's say constructor having value equal to, okay, and one value is stored here in the x. But see now here for parameter, see when I run the program it will call only default constructor. डिफॉल्ट कन्स्ट्रक्टर हा ज्यावेळेस तुम्ही क्लासचा ऑब्जेक्ट क्रिएट करता त्यावेळेस ऑटोमॅटिकली कॉल होतो. पण जर तुम्हाला पॅरामीटराइज कन्स्ट्रक्टर जर कॉल करायचा असेल तर काय करायला लागणार, तुम्हाला इथे पॅरामीटर पास करायला लागणार. जस्ट से इफ आय पास 100 and I run the program, see now default is not called. Why? Because I have passed some value to the object. मी ऑब्जेक्टला काय केली, एक व्हॅल्यू पास केली. मग आता कंपायलर काय सर्च करेल की या प्रोग्राम मध्ये जर पॅरामीटराइज कन्स्ट्रक्टर असेल तर त्याच्यामध्ये जर एकच पॅरामीटर असेल तर एक पॅरामीटर असलेल्या कन्स्ट्रक्टरला ही 100 व्हॅल्यू पास करा, which is required to execute. If you check here in the output, parameter constructor having value equal to 100. If I wish to call this default constructor, I need to create one more object like days D. You can, as already I told, you can create n number of objects. Yes, here it getting the same name. I'll rename it D1. Default constructor execute first, and then okay, I will make it as a cout so that it will move to the next line. Okay. See default constructor, and this is what parameterized constructor. Okay. डिफॉल्ट कन्स्ट्रक्टर आणि पॅरामीटराइज कन्स्ट्रक्टर कॉल करण्यासाठी असं तुम्ही करत बसायची गरज नाही. d1 डॉट days. Okay, so when you create object of class, the corresponding जर तुम्ही क्लासचा ऑब्जेक्ट पॅरामीटराइजने कन्सिडर म्हणजे क्रिएट केला तर पॅरामीटराइज कन्स्ट्रक्टर जर तुमच्या क्लासमध्ये असेल तर तो कॉल होईल. जर तुम्ही नुसतं ऑब्जेक्ट क्रिएट केला आणि तुमच्या प्रोग्राम मध्ये जर डिफॉल्ट कन्स्ट्रक्टर असेल तर तो कॉल होईल. Okay, so what you need to understand for constructor अंडरस्टँड करण्यासाठी तीन गोष्टी महत्वाच्या आहेत. कुठल्या तर construct very important, constructor has the same name of your class name. constructor म्हणजेच काय, जे एक फंक्शन की ज्याला क्लासचं नाव आणि तुमच्या फंक्शनचं नाव सेम आहे. सेकंड थिंग, the return type of constructor is not required. constructor तयार करताना त्याचा रिटर्न टाइप येत नाही. आणि how it get called, आणि कॉल कधी होतो, when you create object of class the default constructor get called. If you create a object of class with parameter like this way, if you create object of class with parameter, then parameterized constructor get called. Okay, have you understood this? इथपर्यंत समजलंय का? Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm going to copy and paste this code. Default implementation of default and parameterized constructor. Just you can check. Okay, I'm going to paste it here in the chat box. Just implement it and send me the screenshot of it. Do it fast. And let me know, send me the screenshot of it after your execution. Okay, so this is the important concept of constructor and how you are going to access. Make a note. You need to remember 3 points here. What are those 3 points? Constructor is not defined with the return type. Constructor la return type nasto. Then okay, constructor la return type nasto. Then next case is what? Constructor, it has the same name of your class name. There are two different types. Default constructor, that means without parameter, and we have parameterized constructor. To call default constructor is to sufficient create a object of class. The class object create kara. If you wish to call parameterized constructor, then you must create an object of class with one parameter. Let's say if I have one more parameter. Okay, let's take an example. I'm having two parameters here, x comma int y. Okay, just check with only one I'm trying to access it. Okay, parameter constructor having value 100. जरी दोन पॅरामीटर असतील तर त्याच्यातलं एकालाच असं नव्हतं का नाही. जिथे कुठे सिंगल पॅरामीटरचं मला कन्स्ट्रक्टर मिळेल तिथेच फक्त हा ऍक्सेस होईल. ओके, सो इफ आय विश टू ऍक्सेस दिस, I need to create object of class having two parameters. Okay, like this way. Okay, I will write it here x plus y. Just check. Days d2 100 comma 200. Okay, parameterized constructor having the value. आता इथे मी दोन पॅरामीटर पास केलेत 100 and 200, आणि त्याची मी इथे केली काय केली ऍडिशन पास केली. So 100 plus 200 it gives me 300. Okay, so likewise now we have here the next concept as, see this part also we called it as constructor overloading. We have seen overload, it means what? Having the same name of your function but with different parameters. Okay, the concept you have seen in the function मध्ये आपण एक concept बघितलाय. जर फंक्शनचं नाव सेम असेल आणि त्याला जर डिफरंट पॅरामीटर्स डिफरंट टाइपचे पॅरामीटर्स पास केले तर काय होतं, तो कन्सेप्ट काय होतो, फंक्शन ओव्हरलोडिंग. This is what we called it as constructor overloading, because here I have not passed any parameter. Here I pass only single parameter, and here I pass two parameters. Okay, so such type we called it as, yes, constructor overloading. Okay, because this is there in our syllabus, operator overloading and constructor overloading. Okay, so we have completed this. Now what is destructor? Destructor म्हणजेच काय? It is again a special type of constructor. Constructorचाच part आहे तो, but it is get called at the end of your program. जसा constructor हा सुरुवातीला इनिशियलाइज होतो, तसं destructor कधी कॉल होतो, लास्टला. Destructor, how we are going to create a destructor? See here, I have this addition as one function, this days as second, days with parameter 3 and days with two parameters 4. I have total 4 functions. Correct? माझ्याकडे किती फंक्शन आहेत? 4 फंक्शन आहेत. आता हे 4 फंक्शन कॉल करताना by default the default constructor is getting called very first. Default constructor हा सगळ्यात सुरुवातीला कॉल होतो. कारण का तर ऑब्जेक्ट क्रिएट केल्याशिवाय मला ही मेथड ऍक्सेस करता येत नाही. जर मी एक नंबरला लिहिलेली असेल ऍडिशन मेथड तरी ती मला ऍक्सेस करता येत नाही. चेक करा d1 डॉट ऍडिशन. ओके, No matching function. Do I made a spelling mistake? Yes, it's a parameter and I have not passed any parameter. Let's say 500 comma 500. Just check. See, default constructor is get called automatically because of this when I create an object, and then it calls the addition 500 plus 500,000, right? Now there is a concept of destructor. So we should use this tilde symbol, DAYS, days, and let's say, okay, see out. This is destructor. TRUDESTRUCTOR. This is destructor. Okay. See, I'm not going to call the destructor, but it as like of constructor, जसं constructor automatically call होतो तसंच destructor सुद्धा automatically call होतो. But at the end of your program, just see, I'm going to run it. See, the number of object I created for a class चे जितके मी object create केलेले असतील तितक्या वेळेस काय होणार आहे, destructor is going to call first, second time, and this is third time. Okay, so there are 3 times this destructor get called. Destructor is the last statement from your class which is going to be executed. Default constructor is the first statement in your class when you are going to access with object. Okay, समझ like a constructor, destructor. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm going to make a copy of it and I'm going to share in the chat box. You can share to one of your friends so that it will be remain there in the chat history. Otherwise, like you need to type a program complete again. Okay. So have you copied this program? Have you copied this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now send me the screenshot, and also you can this copy the code and send to your friend so that it will be there in your chat history. Okay. Okay, do it fast. We reached to the time. Yes, one of the faculty have shared the second link. Okay, so we'll stop here for the day. Now remaining point is like the type conversion and the friend function. Okay, and after this we will start inheritance by next lecture. See guys, you need to practice because for previous chapter we have given you time for the practice, but as the time is very less, so I'm going to share you the codes. But this is not the meaning like you simply copy and paste it. This is not a program, right? This is not a programming. Mr. copy paste करून तुम्ही program करताय. See, this is for your like building confidence, but to learn the programming, you need to code by yourself. जे तुम्हाला समजलंय त्याच्यावरून तुम्ही coding, you need to practice it. Then and then, like you will be memorize all the concept of the programs. Otherwise, if you do simply copy and paste regularly, like you may forget by let's say a month or so. Okay, So with this, we will stop here. Do practice. If you got some, if you stuck at some point, you can ping me at any time. I'll try to resolve it. Just give me a minute to note your attendance. Okay, so we are going to leave it. Thank you. Have a nice day.